Hello, and welcome back. We literally finished watching The Room like 20 seconds ago, and as I said before we started recording, we will now ruminate in our regret.
Like, everyone knows about this, right?
I'm pretty sure they do, and if you don't know, then I don't know, maybe you're like 12 and you're kind of new to the internet, but oh my goodness. So we finally watched The Room,
Yeah.
which is introduction if you need it. It's this very infamous bad movie by Tommy Wiseau, who's a very interesting and strange human being.
Oh.
And okay, we were talking a little bit about this, like, as we were watching, but we were just like, we didn't expect to be as confused by the plot as we were.
Because we had seen reviews and, other stuff. Like, we're like, okay, we kind of, if anything, I was thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna know kind of everything about this movie going into it, so it's almost like, what's the point? But, like, I was so lost. Like, I feel like, what is happening? It's so hard to follow.
Like, there is no concept of the passage of time, because they say, like, okay, the wedding is in a week, like, in a month, and then, like, Johnny's birthday is in X amount of time, and we're just like, okay, that's great, but at one point, like, at some supposedly later point in time, Lisa is just like, oh yeah, the wedding's still in a month, and I'm just like, but how many days have passed? Has it been, like, 2 days? Has it been 3 days? Has it been 2 weeks?
It's so hard to tell. And so many lines are dubbed over.
Yes,
like, so many of them, and I never noticed that before.
Like, not just Tommy Wiseau's lines. There are other people, like, that one scene with the mother and Lisa.
Yeah. And
then there was, like, another one, I think with the same characters, and then the script is so bad!
Everything.
Like, you know the meme lines, but you have to watch this to see how bad the script can get. There are things people say that I'm just like, this is what an alien would write, trying to imitate human speech.
It's just, I don't get it.
I don't know.
I thought I would get it. Like, considering all that I'd seen before, and I was like, I'm gonna, see it, and I'm gonna laugh at it, okay, but I'm gonna I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Like, the part that I laughed the hardest was actually the scene with Denny and the drugs. I couldn't stop laughing because of how many times people repeated the same exact line. And it just got so ridiculous that I just completely lost it. And it happens all the time.
Well, okay, that scene is especially condensed in that because, again, it's like Lisa and the mom or whatever, and they kept saying just literally the same thing over and over. But the freaking thing with Mark, how he's just literally every time, Johnny's my best friend. Johnny's my
best friend. Just wear it on a shirt, and then you don't have to tell people that anymore.
Oh my god. It's just like... Okay,
something people don't talk about is the fact that, yes, there are too many sex scenes, but there's also music. R&B songs with all of them.
Yeah. And then just, the fucking, actual score sometimes sounds like a shitty
We're suddenly in the Shire.
Like a shitty ripoff of the Shire, yeah.
Yeah.
I said it was it's like a JRPG, medieval JRPG soundtrack that's not very good. It's not terrible, but it's not very good. It's okay, it's kind of forgettable.
It's from a game that's just okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's... Oh. Oh, God. Okay. We watched Captain Alex, and that was an enjoyable experience.
Amazing.
And we watched Cool Cat, and despite, I know we said other stuff that's boring, but ultimately, I legitimately think watching Cool Cat, especially with other people, I'm like, that was honestly like a positive experience to watch that, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to
Yeah.
watch Cool Cat like together and laugh in the beginning, get bored in the middle, and laugh at the end.
But like, I don't know what to think for this.
I don't know what my feelings. I expected to get more enjoyment out of this than I did. It was mostly me, like the two of us being like,
Confused.
what's happening?
Because it's confusing and it is like boring. Like even with all of the shit on top of it that we've already mentioned, it is like really boring. So
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like honestly, I feel like I should have been inebriated for this. Oh god, this is just so confusing and baffling that it exists. I was reading what little there was on Wikipedia about like the production. I mean, there's actually a decent amount on like all of the some of the shit that happened, but not that many specifics. And I'm just like, man, I really, really want to see The Disaster Artist now.
Oh yeah, we should watch that. Like,
Yes, it's on the big list, so it will come up at some point unless someone wants to thrust it up onto their spot. But oh man.
I mean, I guess the fact that it's kind of like documentary-esque, then it'll be easy for someone who didn't watch it to follow.
I have no idea.
That's true.
I don't know anything
because this
anymore.
was very hard to follow.
I don't know anymore. Oh.
Man, I don't know how I feel.
I don't. I legitimately don't. I'm like, it's...
Like, the main thing I feel is, like, this mix of being baffled and frustrated at the same time.
Yeah. I did not expect this feeling. I
didn't either.
expected sort of the Cool Cat feeling, and that's not what this was.
No, I kind of want to watch Cool Cat again.
Yes, I would...
Instead of this.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, like, do I want to watch this, like, again? Honestly, no. Like,
No.
even with, like, other people who haven't seen it, and, like, even with, like, alcohol, I probably still no. Like, and again, I've seen some other movies that are, like, no, even besides, you know, the stuff we've already seen for this, that are, like, notoriously horrible, and I'm like, I would rather watch those than this. So... But at the same time, if you haven't seen this, should you see it? Maybe, just to experience this, I guess.
I suppose, but, like, also, I feel like I got more enjoyment out of all of the reviews about The Room.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like, if I wanted to just watch the scene with Denny in its entirety, then I could just look it up on YouTube and just... Because I think Your Movie Sucks, he like actually did a parody of the repetitiveness of that scene.
Oh, did he? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and when I watched this scene, I was like, wait, this is like almost exactly the same.
You thought he was like on purpose embellishing it, but it's like he wasn't.
Yeah, but it kept going, and I was like, wait, is it actually him looping it, or is it like the real scene? I don't know anymore.
That reminded me of the explosion in Twister.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was fake, and so they put it in there.
And then you're just like,
Oh, God.
I can't believe it.
Oh, Jesus. So...
Oh man, like... So how would we rate this?
10 footballs out of 10.
Or maybe more like...
10 drugs out of 10. 10 sex scenes out of 10?
No, I think I like the drugs.
Okay.
10 drugs.
Just the drugs.
Because honestly, that's my favorite scene.
Oh.
God damn it. I'm kind of upset now.
I don't know what to do. And should we say what the next movie is?
We have to. We were consistent with the other one.
God, okay. So the next movie, I think it makes even less sense than this does.
I would honestly be baffled and kind of impressed in that, like, what the heck kind of way if the next movie makes more sense than this one.
Like, okay. The next movie is Fateful Findings. This one is maybe not as famous as some of the previous ones, but Neil Breen is the creator, director, actor, probably writer, I don't know, of this movie, as well as a few others. And it's, special.
We'll leave it at that.
We've seen reviews. I have seen one of his other movies in full. And
you'll talk about that later.
I'll just say, I don't even, whatever you're thinking in your head,
yeah,
you're not ready.
I'm not.
You're not ready.
Well, you were also inebriated.
I was. But I will
you
also
will not
say,
be inebriated for
I will
this
also
one.
say, from what I do know about the movie we're going to see, and from the movie that I saw, I think the movie that I saw made more sense than what we're about to see.
Oh no!
And that's, scary. So, if you think, you felt like a mental breakdown from this movie, you might get several for the next one.
I feel like this is very fitting because, you know, we went from high quality entertainment and now we're slowly going down into, like, what is happening?
We were like, this is, you know, objectively bad, but, like, subjectively good, right? To, like, objectively bad and at least subjectively, like, fun to rip apart. To objectively bad, subjectively what the fuck. And well, oh god.
It seems like I think you're getting at next will be like objectively what the fuck and subjectively
Sure, I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
We will see.
We'll see if we return in February or if we both die.
Oh god. I have to, and again, after the next thing, I have to come up with a show. What the fuck do I choose to save us from this?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm not ready.
Get thinking now before we die.
Oh, okay. So next week is Fateful Findings.
Yep.
As well as our deaths.
Yeah, we will both be sober.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. See you then.